This year was extraordinary for Rayman Legends. Still 9 years after its release, the game has received more than 140 world records this year, which is maybe less than the past few years, but still more than some others. It also has been a year with fundamental discoveries which will change the game forever, and we'll see that in this video. Welcome back guys to your favorite invasion recap series. Since I didn't have the time to properly do a recap video a few months ago, today I'm going to do a recap from all what happened from September, and you will see maybe a bit before that, until December 2022. If you want to check what happened in the other months, I highly recommend you watch the other invasions recap videos. Without any further ado, let's start it. Let's go back in June 2022. At that time, a certain player named Goblin44 discovered a new broken mechanic, which is a punch roll boost, also called PR boost. This trick allowed to make glowbox much more useful, especially in lands and also some invasions like 2-5. But many players had ideas of where to implement this trick, and we thought of 4-2, known for its insane difficulty and known for being most likely the last invasion you need before doing a sub overall. And guess what? It's also the last invasion where world record is still not under 26 seconds. Sub 26 was made in 4-1 in 2020, and in 4-6 and 1-5 it was both made in 2021. But 4-2 has still a world record of 26.47, and oh boy, let's say this world record is pretty insane. It is extremely optimized and it uses very hard strats. Nonetheless, we knew for sure this invasion has so much more potential, with some sections being quite slow, and with non-strats that aren't used in world records because of their difficulty. One great thing about PR boost is that we thought we could change the 2 break boosts in this invasion by this new trick. The only drawback is that this trick is only worth its use with the glowbox, since only he can go much faster than the character during a normal break boost. The problem is that 4-2 is probably not the best invasion for glowbox. He's decent overall, but he has 2 weaknesses. First, he has the slow grab ledge animation, which is 0.1 seconds slower than Tensi's. Secondly, Tensi can drop off chains much earlier than any other characters, and 4-2 has 2 of them used in world records. You could skip one of them with more advanced strats, but it's really hard and you still have 1 chain to deal with. In the end, it made the doubt that Tensi is the best character for 4-2. Even though world record didn't use all the known strats, we knew it wouldn't be possible to sub 26 this invasion only with the correct known strats. But the best theoretical time was so close that we knew there's some chances it would be done one day. The 8th of August marks the beginning of the huge revolution of 4-2. Where Realgod, the owner of 4-2 world record, was streaming this level, he randomly changed into glowbox and noticed something off. He broke this bone wall with an up kick while it's impossible with Tensi. This is very interesting because we wouldn't need to do several kicks to do the YY up. Therefore we would save much momentum, thus some time. We then wondered if it was possible to do it while facing left, because if you do so, you could add a jump from your YY up and go even higher. From that you could do what used to be a very difficult strategy, known as Lonely Strat, which requires you to go very high from the previous YY up to skip the chain and save some time, while Brombo showed it was possible. In addition to that, he showed in the not deleted clip how powerful PR boost is at 11 seconds. From that, I realized that we could get really close to sub 26, so I asked the bugs to give some attempts in 4-2, saying he could improve his PB and maybe even adapted world record. The only issue with that is that he can't play on PS3 or Xbox 360, and 4-2 is known for an infamous advantage of these 2 platforms, the under Henry strategy. Basically, instead of a spin jump, kick, and doing a break boost, can do a spin dash and go under these 2 guys in order to land sooner and do your break boost much earlier. On PS3 and Xbox 360, you can do it very consistently with D-pad, about 2 or 3 attempts at least, while on other platforms, it's impossible with D-pad and barely doable with joystick, making the strats almost not worth the use in runs. To make this short, we call this the urgent under enemy advantage, since it's an advantage for these two OG platforms, but people got confused because Wii U and PC are also urgent platform. And spoiler alert, it's not the same as the PS3 or Xbox 360 version. And to make things more complicated, Henry claimed he successfully got under enemy on PC quite easily, but we didn't know if he did a glide. Because yes, you can easily get under enemy on every platform with a glide, but it doesn't make the strat faster anymore. So yeah, all that thing is pretty bad, and that's why I asked Bugs to try for that shoe with all these new strats recently found, and also trying under enemy on PC to know if Henry was saying the truth. Well, you wouldn't believe me when he told me he got under enemy on PC, then on PS4, very easily? Wait, what? He told me he used Glowbox and it made the under enemy so much easier. Henry was a dojo player, so he probably tried for that shoe with Glowbox, explaining why he got it so easily but never noticed it was easy because he picked Glowbox. So we can say that both Henry and Bugs solved the long issue of under enemy on every platform. It's still far from being totally solved though, because remember, you still need Glowbox, and hence it looks better in for that shoe. Well, maybe thanks to PR Boost and the other new strat, Glowbox can eventually become the strongest character in for that shoe, so I motivated Bugs to do some for that shoe for a while, even though he didn't really know how to do this new PR Boost. Meanwhile, other players played other invasions normally. After some dedication, Bugs finally learned how to do peer boost, so he started to get decent clips with it in for that shoe. We were about to have a great world record grind until a little known player shocked the whole community by doing the unthinkable. On the 25th of October 2022, Ryan Creeper surprised the world by doing a land spin using a peer boost. But wait, that looks so much faster!
Wait, what?
He actually used a new type of peer boost, which this time involved a walking attack instead of a standing attack. So now we are calling the old peer boost standing peer boost and the new one walking peer boost or WPR boost. This trick is game changing. Not only is it faster than standing peer boost, but it works with every character. You can now get top speed in this game without using the co-op boost techniques which has been used for 9 years, which is crazy. This trick has changed lands but also towers, since it's useful at the very beginning. Oh yeah, and Dash creators also found this cringe webby way up then spam jump at the beginning, which is apparently a bit faster. Anyway, this new peer boost will also change so many invasions. In the 28 invasions, between 12 and 14 invasions can use this new trick to save some time. That's almost half of the total of invasions. And it won't save little time in most invasions, it can save seconds. This is literally the most insane game-changing mechanics we've seen for years. And what else do you need? It's also much easier than the old standing peer boost strat. The only huge drawback is that it's still quite hard to learn this trick since the execution of inputs is a bit odd. You need to attack then immediately go down and a tiny more to the opposite direction to cancel your attack. In fact, one of the biggest drawbacks of walking peer boost is that it's only doable with joystick, making it a bit hard for some people to learn it, especially players like Martin who have always used the keyboard so far. But this trick still changes so much to this game that it will allow many invasions to be improved in the future. Of course, as soon as I learned about it, I asked the bugs to learn this new trick to use it in For That Shoot to replace the old standing PA boost strat. Bruh. Well, the thing is that he can't really get the new trick, he just can't. Also, something that is quite annoying now is that it was probably okay to try For That Shoot with Glowbox, since he had many exclusive advantages including the standing PA boost, but now Tensei can do the same working PA boost, and Glowbox only has the all platform under enemy and the park clip while by up advantages. If you haven't seen anything from Nomoxy yet, well, that's because he couldn't play Rayman Legends for a while, but I knew he would be able to come back soon, so I begged him to play For That Shoot, unsuccessfully. On the 20th of November, Tonovision surprised everyone by using working PA boost in For That Shoot and got to 27.2 with an execution that would have probably given him only a sub 28 without this new trick. This is when people realized For That Shoot world record can be improved, so I asked Nomoxy again, and he said no again, but he said maybe he could try to do PB. After days of hesitating, and after random DM from Frozen asking him to play For That Shoot, okay, he decided to play For That Shoot, woohoo! Oh, well, apparently we didn't convince him in playing For That Shoot at all, but let's forget about that part. Anyway, he surprised everyone by doing a world record on PS4 out of nowhere, then he said he would try sub 26, and that's how the sub 26 grind began. 3 years after system legendary sub 27 in for that shoe, Nomoxy made it. The first ever sub 26 in for that shoe. All world records are now under 26 seconds, and it's only a matter of months and maybe weeks that we'll see our first player with all his personal best under 26 seconds. 2 players are close to getting it. Nomoxy himself, after his 4 shoe, he still had 4-6 and 4-1, but the other player that could also get it is Zaky. He only leads 4 shoe and hasn't played this invasion for a very long time. He's the second player to ever sub 27 for that shoe, so he definitely has a chance if he learns walking PR boost. For the Nomoxy, well, he's decent in water invasions, but sub 26 in 4-1 is extremely difficult. Not a lot of people got it, so it won't be an easy task for him as well. Who will win the race? Only time will tell.
There weren't many task runs at the end of the year, but Eosvar did amazing, wonderful runs, showing once again how epic task runs can be. Lately, more people have been interested in TAR's tools, which is great to see because TAR's arrived very late in this game, 9 years after the game released. I just can't wait to see more TAR's runs, especially in for that shoe. By the way, the Ball Clip strat that we thought was only doable with Globox is maybe doable with Tensi as well, so in the end Tensi will probably stay the best character for that shoe. Some people said that mid 24 is maybe doable in 4-2 thanks to stars, and that sub 25 overall is already doable with stars. I hope we'll see one day a sub 25 in 4-2, 1-5, 4-1 and 4-6 with stars. The only issue is 1-5 because there's some RNG which makes doing the tasks very complicated. In addition to tasks, more people are able to do sub-overall achievements, and thanks to the meta in 4-2, sub 27 is a lot easier, so we will maybe see more sub 27 completion lists in the next few months.
Alright guys, that's it for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. This video took me so much effort to do it because there was so many things to talk about. Also big shout out to Zaky for helping me check the script of today's video. I hope to see you all next time. Take care.